I begin today's video with a view from Temple 4 at the Maya city of Tikal in what is now North Guatemala. Here you may recognize one of the most popular hallmarks of the Maya civilization: giant stone temples moving above a tropical canopy with powerful kingdoms and great cities lost among the forests. While the Maya are widely celebrated as a lost civilization of advanced scientific and mystical knowledge, decades of research have given us a profound understanding of the Maya cultures from the past and present. The Maya civilization is best known for its accomplishments during the classic period of the Mesoamerican culture area. During this period, from 100 to 900 AD, the Maya were sharing many of the features found across Mesoamerica: monumental architecture, intensive agriculture, massive city-states, and hierarchical organization. So what made the Maya unique among the many Mesoamerican cultures of then and now? This video will not offer an exhaustive list, but enough to distinguish the Maya from their contemporaries. To do this, I will focus on my own incidents of travel in Guatemala. I prepared this image from Google Maps to show the geography of Maya land. Notice that this is a large region with a tremendous variety of elevations, resources, and neighbors contributing to the cultural diversity within. The large red area to the south, for example, is the Pacific coast, which has some of the highest elevations in the region and could support massive populations with abundant corn. Toward the center is the Peten lowlands, where we find the site of Tikal and later in this video, Lake Peten. Each of these subregions had distinct cultural expressions that we find in local languages, art, economy, and architecture. Amidst all this variety, did the Maya have anything in common by which we can talk about them as a shared civilization? In fact, they had a lot. Anthropologists recognize a Mayan linguistic family that has over 40 languages spoken in the area. When we talk about a linguistic family, we work from the idea that certain languages originated from a common ancestor, based on geographic proximity and similarities in grammar such as pronunciation, meaning, and word structure. To use some examples from Europe, we identify such similarities among Germanic languages such as English, Dutch, and German, or the Romance languages including Romanian, Italian, Spanish, and French. Returning to the Maya, the so-called Proto-Mayan ancestor language may have originated near the southern Gulf of Mexico around 4,000 years ago. Most of the descendants migrated into the Maya land, except for one group that split off and went north instead. This splinter group would become the Washtec, a subject for another video. After 4,000 years of variation, the Mayan languages still share similarities. Most words are pronounced with stress on the final syllable. These languages are inflective, meaning that many words are conjugated with prefixes or suffixes that have distinct features of meaning, such as tense, gender, or number. The pronoun system is often ergative, meaning that a subject pronoun for a transitive verb will differ from the subject for an intransitive verb, which is also used for objects in transitive verbs. To give an example, it would be like using the pronoun I for I see you, me for you see me, and then also that same me for an intransitive verb such as me walk. One last feature that many Mayan languages have is glottalized consonants, which sound like a more forceful and stopped pronunciation. Whether certain consonants are glottalized can change a word. These are examples from the Tikal language of southern Guatemala. Kak, kak, tsi, tsi, choy, choy. Most of the Maya kingdoms had a capital city-state, with priests, kings, and nobles in the highest social levels. Members of these elite groups shared commonalities far across the region. For example, jade jewelry, skull deformation, and even royal gods. I spoke earlier of the over 40 Mayan languages spoken across the region. Despite this diversity, the elites were reading and even writing glyphs in a common language named Chol. These glyphs documented cosmic events, political milestones, and even their combinations. Features of Maya architecture included corbelled arches and the so-called E-groups, which aligned three small buildings in a north-south line to the east of a larger structure. As across Mesoamerica, Maya city centers had political and religious functions, But unlike the rest of the area, they were not economic. We don't find evidence of marketplaces in the city centers, as we would from the pyramids of Teotihuacan or the later Aztec civilization. From ancient to modern times, Maya peoples identified themselves with clothing and design. At left are traditional dress patterns from the Mam of San Sebastian, and at right are Tikal from Santa Caterina Palopo. In many parts of the Maya region, the people have held on strongly to their culture. In fact, Guatemala speaks of two conquest dates, 1524 for the conquest of the Quiche Maya kingdom, and 1697 for the Itzaj. It took almost 2 centuries for the Spanish to defeat the Itzaj kingdom, the last in Mesoamerica, on the main island of Lake Peten, on which I was recording this part of the video. So we can see that while the Maya had much in common with the cultures of the larger Mesoamerican area, by themselves they shared unique elements in language, culture, and history, by which we may recognize them as a distinct civilization. We should consider these elements now as we turn to today's mask. Today's mask returns us to Tikal from the beginning of the video. This remarkable work is a mosaic assembled from carefully cut pieces of green stone and jade to craft the finely detailed, lifelike visage facing us. According to the National Museum of Archaeology in Guatemala City, it was found at a burial a kilometer outside the city center. It was buried with a noble who, while unqualified to be king, had at least enough status to own jade, a sacred and precious stone. This funerary masterpiece from one of the world's largest cities of its time illustrates the intersections of spiritual power and political authority among the ancient Maya. The Maya have one of the most well-understood histories of any native peoples in the Americas because they have left so much archaeological, linguistic, historical, and cultural material for over 2,000 years. They continue to maintain important connections to their native languages and traditions. Thank you for watching, and good roads.